Okay, so today I'm doing a quick guide on just how to position when you're doing the greater rifts. If you've seen my previous video, it was more so about the gear and stuff that you need, so you can check that out if you don't really know. I'm not perfect, I did make some mistakes in this rift. Okay, so basically you're going to want to try and keep your Archon stacks up most of the time. Actually, the whole time if you can. So yeah, you can actually work it so you can get double stacks. So the way I'm doing it, you've sort of got to position yourself a little bit away from the mobs. When you do that, you get the full damage potential. If you're watching the video right now, I'm not in Archon form. I like to put my Hydras down first thing and then start Archon, which helps me get a little bit of extra damage and just in those higher grade rifts. I think I'm running 78 in this one. So there's me in Archon. I can actually work it so that if I use my Ray of Frost while my Archon is down, I can actually work it so that I get double stacks, which is really cool. Gives you a ton of extra damage, and the other thing is to have that ring on your follower, which gives you the extra, I forget what it's called now. It's not Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac, that's the one you use. This one, Oculus is what it's called. And you stand in that little circle and it gives you some extra damage as well. I actually don't try and go out of my way to do it. I think I was quite lucky in this rift. I got a lot of pylons. But yeah, so see how I'm kind of standing away from them. As soon as my Archon wears off, I use my Ray of Frost. I've got a channeling pylon at the moment, so that's really actually great for this build because you can get double stacks pretty easily. You can see all my stacks there. I'm quite well ahead of the timer, so I think I can probably run higher than a 78. This is just an example video for you guys, just to see what we can do here in terms of positioning. So see, I'm kind of like teleporting back and trying to kite these things. They're quite fast, so it's kind of really that easy to do. I'm not the most professional player or positioner, my positioning's not perfect, but this is how you do the higher greater rifts. So yeah, so we proc the cold meteors and stuff as well from the Tarash's set. Using my Ray of Frost whenever I have the arcane power to do so, it's kind of hard, unless you put Paragon points in arcane power, but I basically max out the int because that's my favourite way to do it. Yeah. So look at me go there, I'm getting the stacks. I think I got about 60 stacks. And that's so good. So I put my Hydras down, I'm using my Ray of Frost to try and cool down that Archon as quickly as I can. Yeah, and I've got it off cooldown. I'm not the best at like keeping an eye on my cooldowns, which is one thing that I need to improve on. I think there are some things I could do better. I got pretty lucky in this rift too, like got a lot of zombie rifts and not a lot of fast things, so I think a lot of it, when you get in the higher grade rifts, is getting a good rift, getting not terrible affixes on everything, and yeah, I think that Golga took me a long time to kill. Alright, so I don't go out of my way to stand in that little circle. Oh, I did it then, yay! Yay me! Alright. So yeah, and the other thing you want to do is kill the trash mobs before you kill the elites, which I do a lot in this video, as I'm running Rift 78, and you kind of need to get your stacks up, so I wouldn't focus too much on the elites while you're in Archon. Even got to the point where I go past them if it's too hard, unless I don't know what's next, because you could end up with like 3 elites on you and that would be really bad. Anyway, so alright, so there's an elite here. I got my Archon stacks up, I'm in Archon form. I don't know why I'm trying to kill that really little one. It's probably a bad choice, but I think I was just waiting for my Hydra to get up using my Ray of Frost again to cool down my Archon, and then I should get double stacks here. Probably could have gone around the other way. Yeah, not perfect. Picking up all those globes. I lost all my sacks. Yep, so using my Ray of Frost, cooling down my Archon, standing in a circle, all good things to do. The worst thing I hate in Greater Rifts is when you go the wrong way and then you lose all your stacks. It's like my least favorite thing about Greater Rifts. But yeah, first time on the face cam, a little bit awkward. I think there's a pylon there, it's a power one. I don't think I really made great use of that power pylon. Here we go. Alright, yeah, so there's plenty of trash mobs here. I think I was like, yay, I'm gonna get all the stacks. Excellent, but then I think I ended up going the wrong way. But, you know, I think I was well ahead of the timer by this stage, so it didn't matter terribly much. I had my double stacks up there for a little bit. Ooh, there we go, double stacks. Also, with the Fazula's Improbable Chain, which I forgot to mention last time in my video, starts you off with stacks of Archon. I think the one I've got starts me with 50 stacks or something, 56 or 53? Don't quote me on that. But yeah, I'm so distracted by my video. Alright. So yeah, I'm just getting that Ray of Frost up there, trying to cool down my Archon, get my double stacks. Healing that elite. Going the wrong way though. I tend to panic a lot in these. It's silly because I have all the shields. I sort of gain my confidence as I get through the rift and I'm like, yeah, I can kill this stuff. I'm okay. And that's so good, but this song's cool. It's kind of like Nintendo old school SNES song or something. Yeah, so going the wrong way there. We're going up the other way. We're gonna kill the trash, get our stacks. I tried playing and talking, it didn't go so well because I have ADHD and I get very distracted. So yeah, that's kind of why I just recorded it, and to be honest I thought I didn't hit record, which is really awkward. I was like, oh no, it's the highest rift that I've ever done and I didn't hit record, so that was just great. Yeah, I'm killing this elite. Trying to cool down my Archon, panicking a little bit as they come closer to me here. But I did get that Archon off cooldown. I think I had a conduit there as well, which was good. Bad positioning. I was just trying not to get sucked in by the wormhole, which can be really bad with these vortex and wormhole affixes later on, especially if they've got something like ice and vortex, and it vortexes you onto the ice and you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. Alrighty, so just got my double stacks of Archon, doing quite well. I think I got a fair bit of the way through this rift without dying, and then I just died to something really stupid, bad positioning. I'll talk about that when it gets to it. So yeah, actually quite ahead of the timer. And I have a conduit now, which I was just like, I get so excited whenever I get a conduit or a channeling these greater rifts. Now I gotta pick up all my globes, but it's a waller. Now we're gonna kill the trash, get our stacks, quite delicious. Yep, getting the stacks. So I always position myself a little bit further away from the mobs because of your size, and there's something else that gives you extra damage for being far away too, but my memory is blank. So yeah, I like to have the Enchantress. Oh, that's the other thing too, you can have a S of Johan on your follower, and that also gives you, I don't know exactly what she does, but she sucks them all into one spot, and yeah, I forget the actual wording they use for it, but that gives you some CC, which helps your Bane of the Trapped proc as well, so you get that extra damage off onto them, which is quite nice. So I found the end of that one, and this bit is where I position really badly. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that you have to watch this. So basically I think I run into 2 elites, and I'm just like, okay, so this is the first one. I'm killing my trash. I'm like, no, I'm gonna get my stacks. And then I met another elite up there. It was a blue one, a champion pack. So I teleport up here, which is fine. And I think I was planning to teleport. It's not the part where I get stuck. I go back around up onto that ramp again, and I get stuck again. So let's see where I went wrong. I'm trying not to stand in the poison. Did it anyway. And then I back myself into a little corner here. And I was planning to teleport when I turned into Archon. I tried to teleport and I died. I was going to teleport into the wall over there, but it didn't quite work out. I should have just aimed to teleport behind them. I probably shouldn't have backed myself into that little corner up there. See, that's something else to be aware of. You just gotta not get yourself into these tricky tight little corners sometimes, which can be... yeah. I think I just gave up and I was just like, no, I'm not gonna waste my time killing this elite. Look, I'm 99% before the Rift Guardian. I died again, and I think I was just like, nope, I'm just gonna res. I'm gonna try and run past them all, change your tactic, and that's really important too, guys. Like, to change your tactic up. If you are stuck somewhere and it's not working, you got to decide: do I go forward and risk that the mobs are going to be bad, or do I stay in the same spot and try and keep killing these elites with no Archon stacks or anything? So I got my Archon stacks up at the minute I transformed into Archon because of the belt. I put my Hydras down when I went out of Archon form, and I got another stack on my elemental damage by using the Ray of Frost, and I think that's what eventually killed him when I put my Hydras down, got my elements up, came back into Archon again, and we finished the Rift. So there you go, guys. I was just like, oh my god, the last bit of the Rift was so stressful. So here I am, just like, oh my god, I can't believe that I passed this. So I'm kind of like a little bit wonky at the moment, leveling up my gems, like, oh my gosh, I passed this 78, which is not that big a deal now. As one of my viewers mentioned, you can do up to Rift 95 plus with this build. Obviously my gear's not that great just yet, and I do need to level up gems and enchant the ancient items I have with Caldison's Sphere. Okay, I think that's pretty much all we have time for today, so please, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down, and please subscribe. Thank you!